Good morning and welcome to Hot Topic and Fresh News. Today is the 9th of April, 2024, and we're here to deliver the top news stories of the day. Our headline story: Germany defends its position at the International Court of Justice against allegations of backing genocide and infringing international humanitarian law due to its support for Israel. Nicaragua, the plaintiff, demands a halt to German military arms exports to Israel and a reversal of its decision to cease funding the UN Palestinian Refugee Agency, UNRWA. This case comes on the heels of a previous one where the ICJ instructed Israel to take precautions to avert genocidal acts in its conflict with Palestinian militants in Gaza. Israel, however, has rebuffed these accusations, asserting self-defense against Hamas-led militants responsible for over 1,200 deaths, including 800 civilians. Nicaragua insists Germany is violating the United Nations Genocide Convention of 1948, alleging Germany was conscious of the potential genocide risk. Germany's legal team refuted these claims, labeling Nicaragua's case as grossly biased and denying any breach of international law. Despite growing criticism over the humanitarian crisis in Gaza, Germany stays a leading arms supplier to Israel with exports worth €326.5 million in 2023. Will Germany be compelled to reassess its support for Israel? We'll keep you updated as the case unfolds, with the preliminary ICJ decision expected in the coming weeks. Stay tuned to Hot Topic and Fresh News for more. Well, that was a handful, wasn't it? A quick breather and we're back to dive deeper. I'm your host, Emily, an experienced journalist, coming to you from the heart of New York City. And with me, we have our insightful political analyst, Mr. David, all the way from sunny San Francisco. Together, we aim to bring you the most relevant news stories on Hot Topic and Fresh News every single day. If you're digging what we're doing, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, leave us a comment, and share our podcast with your friends and family. Every bit of your support helps us continue to bring these important discussions to light. We're just getting started today, folks. You won't believe what I'm about to disclose. Stay tuned. This case, Germany versus Nicaragua at the ICJ, is not just another headline. It's a story that will shape international relations, politics, and human rights conversations for years to come. So grab your favorite cup of coffee, sit back, and stay tuned. With every twist and turn, we'll be here to decipher the complexities for you. Remember, we're your reliable source for fresh insights into burning global issues. And as always, we've got the news hot off the press. David, are you ready to dissect this topic with me?
So it seems like a pretty loaded case we have here, with Germany defending its position at the International Court of Justice. What can you tell us about the charges brought by Nicaragua?
Certainly, Nicaragua has accused Germany of enabling genocide and breaching international humanitarian law through its support for Israel. The country has called for a halt to Germany's military arms exports to Israel and a reversal of its decision to cease funding for the UN Palestinian Refugee Agency, UNRWA.
And this isn't the first such case, is it?
No, it isn't. This follows a separate case earlier this year when the ICJ ordered Israel to take every possible measure to avoid genocidal acts in its war against Palestinian militants in Gaza.
How does Israel respond to these charges?
Israel has consistently denied that its operations in Gaza amount to genocidal acts. They claim to be acting in self-defense against Hamas-led militants who have killed more than 1,200 people, including around 800 civilians.
What about Germany? What's their response to these allegations?
The head of Germany's legal team, Tanja von Uslar-Gleichen, has called Nicaragua's case grossly biased and denied that Germany is breaching international law.
What are Nicaragua's main arguments in this case?
Nicaragua argues that Germany is in breach of the United Nations Genocide Convention of 1948. They insist that Germany was well aware and remains aware of the serious risk of genocide being committed. Based on these developments, what's your perspective on this complex issue?
This is an incredibly complex and sensitive issue. The case brings to light the intricate dynamics of international relations, the arms trade, and the ongoing conflict in Gaza. It's clear that whatever the outcome, this case will have far-reaching implications for all involved parties.
Indeed, these are monumental developments that will shape the geopolitical landscape in the years to come.
So Germany's support for Israel seems to be rooted in the nation's history. Could you expand on that a bit?
Absolutely. Germany's Chancellor Olaf Scholz has emphasized Germany's historical responsibility arising from the Holocaust as a perpetual task for them to stand up for the security of Israel. However, it's worth noting that Berlin's tone has shifted over the last 6 months, with increasingly critical views on the humanitarian situation in Gaza.
Now, where does Germany stand as an arms supplier to Israel?
According to data from the Economy Ministry, in the year 2023, Germany exported over 326.5 million euros in military equipment and weapons to Israel. This makes Germany the second largest supplier of arms to Israel, just after the United States. Given the recent developments and Germany's significant role as an arms supplier, what are your thoughts on this trend and its implications?
It's quite a delicate situation. Germany's role as a major arms supplier to Israel, alongside their increasing criticism of the humanitarian situation in Gaza, definitely adds another layer of complexity to this issue. The implications could be long-lasting and far-reaching, depending on the outcome of this case at the International Court of Justice.
Indeed, it's a multifaceted situation that we'll be closely monitoring as it develops. It's clear that the world is watching and waiting to see how this unfolds. We appreciate you joining us on Hot Topic and Fresh News today. Together, we dove into some serious global news, exploring the twists and turns of the current ICJ case involving Germany, Nicaragua, and Israel. Your engagement with our channel truly makes a difference, so make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay updated on all our episodes. Share the insights you've gained here on social media, or perhaps during a lively dinner party conversation. And if you have thoughts to share, we'd love to hear from you in the comments.
And remember, folks, we're not just a one-hit wonder. We're here every day, serving up the latest news with a side of analysis. So keep your podcast app at the ready, because you don't want to miss what we're dishing out next.
We can't express enough how much your support means to us. We look forward to continuing this news journey with you and can't wait for our next episode.
And on that note, remember, staying informed never has to be dull. Emily in the Loop. Keep your eyes on the news. Our channel's content will amuse.